Hi, my name is Matt O'Connor, and today I wanted to discuss an issue that I believe is prominent in our society. The issue is that as human beings, we are rushing through life and not learning from the experiences that we go through. The idea I want to share with you stems from the belief of philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche in the book On Truth and Lies in a Non-Moral Sense. Nietzsche explains the idea of seeking knowledge like a cow. Now, seeking knowledge like a cow is to ruminate or to think deeply about the experiences that you go through in life in order to learn from them. This requires deep thought and can be time-consuming. But we need to think like this in order to not lose sight of what we have gone through. If we are unable to do this, then we are cheating ourselves of potential knowledge. I want to challenge you to seek for knowledge like a cow. Now, I want to talk about one of the factors that prevents people from seeking knowledge like a cow. And in my opinion, that is social media. Now, personally, I think social media gets a bad rep. People throw it around all the time as a buzzword to try to explain whatever new issue they have found in society. And while I agree it has caused some issues, it is not the cause for everything. However, some people just seem to throw this excuse around even when they have no idea how social media is directly affecting the behavior of people. I know this because, let's be honest, when your 77-year-old grandfather uses social media as the reason for why you can't use a drill, you know he doesn't actually understand what it is. It's just a general statement people use because society says it's an issue and it's causing problems. I say all this to preface my bashing of social media in a few moments, because I actually do understand how it causes problems. I believe social media is getting in the way of us truly learning and gaining knowledge from the experiences that we go through in life. For example, say a family goes on a trip to Italy. The 14-year-old boy or girl in the family will be more focused on posting a story of their lunch on Instagram, or taking a video of the restaurant that they ate at for their Snapchat story, maybe sending a funny video into their group chat, or spending hours at the end of the trip sorting through photos that they want to post, with the main goals being to show to their 846 followers, let's say, that they were in fact in Italy, and they want to look good in the picture, and they want to have a great caption to top it all off. However, this behavior doesn't strictly pertain to children, but there are adults who behave the same way. I know 53-year-old men who go to Beyonce concerts for 10 minutes just to post a picture on Facebook, or an Eagles game for one half just to prove they were there with an Instagram post. My mom and I have always called these kinds of people checklist people. They have very little interest in the actual experience itself. Rather, they want to be able to say they have done it, to check it off a list, in order to raise their clout in the eyes of others. I think this is a major problem. These are examples of people having great experiences in life, experiences that they could truly gain knowledge from if they chose to seek the knowledge from them the right way. Instead, they are worried about how they are going to present it to their followers on social media. I feel bad for people when I see them doing this. In my opinion, life experiences are the best way to gain knowledge, and I see people wasting these experiences left and right. All the time that is spent thinking about what picture to post and what caption to use could have been spent deeply thinking about the experience, and back to my point of seeking knowledge like a cow. Now, I say all this, yet I am still guilty of this myself. It is hard not to be. It is the culture of the society we live in. A culture where people would rather search for likes and retweets than search for knowledge. I want to tell you a little story about myself and me being caught up in sharing the experience on social media instead of learning valuable lessons from it. Kobe Bryant, you may have heard of him, he's one of the greatest basketball players of all time, went to my high school. Now, I played basketball for my high school team, and during my senior year, Kobe invited us out to Los Angeles to spend a week out in California and to meet him. Now, I had met him my freshman year, and I had gotten with a picture of him. And my first thought, after hearing that we were going to be able to meet Kobe, was how cool would it be to post a picture with him when I was a freshman versus when I was a senior. I imagined it as a great post for Instagram because I thought it would be a really cool way to show that I had this awesome experience 2 times. We ended up going out to LA, and the highlight of the trip was that we got to sit down and talk with Kobe for an hour, and he kept it real with us. He was being very open about things he experienced in the NBA. He dropped many nuggets of wisdom throughout the entire meeting. And we're talking about Kobe Bryant, a man with one of the most legendary work ethics in all the sports and probably in the world, not beyond sports. And he was sharing some of his secrets on how he mastered his craft with us. And as an athlete, this is a dream come true. Now, the meeting ends, and I finally get my second picture with Kobe. Now, I had just had this potentially life-changing experience, meeting one of the greatest athletes in the history of sports, and he had shared real information with us. Right then would have been the perfect time to ruminate on the experience that I just had, to listen to Nietzsche and seek knowledge like a cow. All I had to do was get into the car and think deeply about what had just occurred in order to gain as much value from the experience as I possibly could. Instead, I walked to the car, got out my phone, and I began the process of posting the photos that I had wanted to post for over a week. I texted my friend for a caption, consulted my other friends on how the picture looks, and spent the next hour plus posting what had just happened. When I think back to those moments, it makes me angry because I wasted a valuable life experience on social media when I could have gained a significant amount of knowledge from it, and I wasted it. I did not do it. Now, I can't stand up here and pretend that I have all the answers, or I'm a philosopher or anything, after only taking 1 semester of philosophy. But I do have a couple ideas on how to better learn from our experiences and to seek knowledge like a cow. First, I believe that writing in a journal is an excellent way to reflect on an experience. I was told this growing up, but I always thought it was a little corny, until I tried it and I saw the effect that it had on my life. When you translate an emotional experience into words, it organizes them in ways not organized before. It makes them simpler and easier to learn from. And as you write, you begin to think of things you would have never thought about, which leads you to a deeper understanding of what you had just experienced. I implore you to attempt to journal for just 10 minutes a day, and I can promise you that you will see a difference in the perspective you have on life and the knowledge you will find yourself discovering. My next piece of advice is the next time that you have the urge to whip out your phone and post whatever you're doing at that moment, think back to this talk and just stop. Simply put your phone back into your pocket and immerse yourself into what you're doing, and then reflect on the experience afterwards. This sounds like it's hard to do, but once you do this once, the next time it happens, you'll do it again, and you'll keep doing it until you create a habit of just experiencing life and not having to post it on social media. Don't let the current culture in our society stop you from taking the time to learn from the things that you experience. Seek knowledge like a cow. Take your time and think deeply about what you go through in life, because you will be surprised at the things you will learn. Thank you.